Welcome back to Becoming Ultimate Masters.
Hmm.
You ready to dive into something kind of wild?
Always up for a challenge.
Today we're talking about the spine as an energy control center.
Okay.
We're going to explore how ancient wisdom and modern practices connect,
Right.
and maybe even touch on how some people could basically teleport.
That's fascinating.
Buckle up, because this is going to be a mind bender.
Definitely stretches the limits of what we think is possible.
Yeah, right.
But the idea that our spines play a critical role in energy flow,
Mm.
well, that's something that ancient cultures were really in tune with.
Yeah, and it's so interesting how, like, yogis and shamans,
Mhm.
from totally different parts of the world, by the way,
Right.
they both believed the spine was key to higher consciousness and even supernatural abilities.
Yeah, it is pretty amazing.
It makes you wonder. Let's deal with that.
It is fascinating how these cultures,
Mhm.
separated by so much time and geography,
Yeah.
arrived at a similar understanding. For
Yeah.
instance, yogis.
Yes.
They placed huge importance on the Sushumna Nadi, the
Mhm.
central energy channel that runs within the spine.
Okay.
And they believed that when this channel was clear, energy or prana could flow freely,
Uh-huh.
leading to a heightened state of awareness and, vitality.
So not just good posture then.
No, not just good
They were onto something way bigger.
Exactly. It's like they saw the spine as an energetic highway,
Oh, wow.
connecting us to this source of power and wisdom inside ourselves.
And what about the shamans? They called it the axis mundi, right?
Yeah.
It's like the spine was a bridge between the physical and spiritual worlds.
A bridge between worlds, exactly.
I mean, talk about powerful imagery.
Absolutely. Shamans used this idea to
Okay.
access altered states of consciousness
Uh-huh.
and to connect with spiritual realms.
Okay.
So it really highlights how they saw the spine
Uh-huh.
as this conduit for energy flow,
Okay.
a way to tap into a power
Yeah.
that transcends the ordinary.
Okay, so these ancient cultures were clearly onto something with this spine as energy center thing.
Yeah.
But how do we actually use that knowledge?
Well, that's where the concept of intention comes into play.
Okay.
Think of it like this. Reality is like a massive choose-your-own-adventure book.
Okay.
Every possibility exists, but our intentions, which are fueled by our desires, they determine which path we experience.
So, like, we're choosing the storyline of our lives with our intentions.
Precisely. But there's a catch.
Oh.
Our conscious and subconscious desires.
Okay.
They need to be in alignment for our intentions to really manifest.
Oh, I see.
It's like trying to drive a car with one foot on the gas and the other on the brake.
Yeah.
You won't get very far.
That makes total sense. I was reading about this entrepreneur, Quasi Shohir, who talks about struggling to launch his business
Right.
because he had all these deep-seated beliefs holding him back.
Yeah, that's really common.
He didn't feel good enough or capable enough.
Those limiting beliefs can really sabotage us. So Johir realized he had to shift those beliefs
Okay.
and get his conscious and subconscious desires aligned
Right.
before he could truly succeed.
So it's not just about willpower.
No.
It's about getting your whole being aligned with what you want.
Exactly. And Johir also mentions this thing called outer intention,
Oh, yeah. What was that?
or divine will, as some call it.
Okay.
It's a fascinating concept. He basically suggests that ancient cultures were more adept at using outer intention because they were so much more in tune with nature
Wow.
and the flow of energy within it.
Interesting.
It's like they knew how to tap into this universal power source that, we've kind of forgotten about.
So how do we differentiate between inner intention, like our personal willpower,
Yeah.
and this outer intention?
Well, think of it this way. Inner intention is about trying to make things happen through sheer effort and force of will.
Okay.
But outer intention is about aligning with your desired outcome and trusting that the universe will conspire to make it happen.
So less pushing
Yeah,
and more aligning and allowing.
exactly. It's about surrendering the how and trusting that the universe has your back.
That's a pretty powerful concept, to surrender the how.
It really is.
Okay, this is getting really interesting now. Johir gives specific exercises for activating our energy body
Right.
and accessing this free energy.
Yeah,
Can you break that down for us?
sure. He outlines this 6-step process,
Okay.
and it starts by visualizing energy flowing through 2 central channels that run along your spine,
Okay.
much like that Sushumna Nadi we talked about earlier.
So we're creating a circuit for that power to flow through. Is that what you're saying?
Precisely. You're consciously directing energy through those channels.
Oh, wow.
Then you visualize a fountain of energy
Okay.
flowing from the top of your head and the base of your spine. which further amplifies the flow.
Okay, that's 2 steps. What's next?
And finally, you create this energy ball
Okay.
that surrounds your entire body. It acts like a protective shield and intensifies your energy field.
Wow. Sounds like a serious energy boost.
Mhm.
But what are the real-world benefits of doing this, like, regularly?
Well, Johir claims consistent practice
Yeah.
can lead to things like increased energy, heightened intuition, and a greater sense of ease and flow in your life.
Sounds almost too good to be true, but I like it.
Okay.
Any tips on how people can fit this into their lives?
Well, consistency is key, right?
Sure.
Even a few minutes each day can make a difference.
Yeah.
It's like any good habit.
Uh-huh.
The more you do it, the more natural it becomes.
So it's a commitment, not just a one-time thing.
Exactly. It's a practice.
Okay, but what if people are short on time? Any quick fixes?
Well, even just taking a few deep breaths while picturing that energy flowing along your spine, that can be helpful.
Okay.
Small steps, done consistently, can lead to big changes.
So even small steps can make a difference.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's encouraging. Now, let's talk about the impact on our lives. We've talked about increased energy and intuition.
Yeah.
But can doing this exercise actually help us manifest our desires more effectively?
Now that's where it gets really exciting.
Okay.
Remember the concept of intention we talked about?
Yeah, that choose your own adventure thing.
Exactly. Well, when your energy body is activated and flowing freely,
Uh-huh.
it supercharges your intentions.
Oh, wow.
It's like turning up the volume on your desires,
Okay.
making them more potent, more likely to manifest.
So it's like giving our intentions rocket fuel.
Precisely. And when we combine this heightened energy
Mm-hmm.
with a clear and focused intention,
Okay.
we basically become magnets for our desires.
Yeah, I like it.
But it's not just about visualizing what we want, right?
Right.
It's also about aligning our actions with our intentions.
So it's not just sitting back
Hmm.
and waiting for things to fall into our laps.
It's definitely not passive. Action is crucial.
But when our actions are aligned with our intentions
Hmm.
and fueled by this amplified energy,
Exactly. It's not about forcing or struggling anymore. It's about flowing with the universe
Wow.
and allowing things to unfold naturally.
so being in the flow, trusting the process,
Yeah,
and taking action when it feels right.
precisely. It's about recognizing opportunities
Yeah.
and then having the courage to seize them.
I love that.
Yeah.
Seizing the opportunity.
It's powerful stuff.
This is really inspiring. It makes you think about like what we're truly capable of
Mhm.
when we tap into this power within ourselves.
Absolutely.
But from your experience, what are some common pitfalls that people fall into
Uh-huh.
when they're trying to manifest their desires?
Well, one of the biggest ones is impatience, right?
Uh-huh.
We live in this world of instant gratification.
Yeah.
And we expect our desires to manifest overnight.
Okay.
But manifestation takes time. It's a process.
So it's about trusting the timing of the universe, not forcing things to happen.
Exactly. Another common pitfall is attachment, getting too attached to a specific outcome.
Oh, wow.
When we become fixated on how our desires should manifest,
Mm.
we actually limit the possibilities.
So being open to receiving our desires
Yeah.
in unexpected ways.
Yeah, trusting that the universe might have a plan. That's even better than what we could have imagined.
That's beautiful. Surrendering control and trusting the magic of the universe.
It is, isn't it?
It connects back to what we were talking about before,
Yeah.
about aligning with the natural flow of energy
Yeah.
and allowing things to unfold organically.
Precisely. It's about recognizing that we're not separate from the universe, but rather part of a vast web of interconnected energy. And when we align ourselves with that energy,
Right.
we become co-creators of our reality.
This has been a truly insightful dive into energy and manifestation.
It's been a great conversation.
We've covered so much ground already,
Yeah.
from ancient wisdom to practical techniques.
Yeah.
What are your final thoughts on this topic so far?
Well, what I find most remarkable is how this whole concept bridges the gap between ancient wisdom and modern science.
Oh, how so?
You know, for centuries, these ideas were seen as mystical or esoteric, but now, with advances in quantum physics
Yeah.
and our understanding of energy fields, we're actually starting to see scientific validation for these ancient practices.
So we're coming full circle, rediscovering and validating this wisdom through the lens of science.
Exactly. And the most exciting thing is that we're just scratching the surface here.
Oh, wow.
There's so much more to explore and understand
Yeah.
about the power of our energy bodies and the potential we have to shape our reality.
This has been an incredible deep dive so
Yeah.
far. We've covered so much,
We have.
from yogis and shamans to activating our energy bodies.
Right.
But there's still more to come. So after a quick...
Yeah, it really is amazing how these ancient practices are finding new support in modern science.
It's like we're rediscovering something that was always there.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
And makes you wonder what other secrets might be out there.
Yeah.
Waiting to be uncovered.
Mm.
But for now, let's get back to energy and manifestation.
Okay.
We've talked about how powerful intentions can be
Mm.
and how activating our energy bodies can boost those intentions. But how do we actually put this into practice? Like, what are the steps to actually manifesting what we want?
Well, the first step is clarity.
Okay.
Figuring out what you truly desire. Not what society tells you or
Right.
what you think you should want,
Yeah.
but what genuinely excites you, what lights you up inside.
So getting real with ourselves about what we actually want, those deep down desires, those heartfelt desires.
Exactly. It's about identifying the desires that are in tune with your true self.
Got it. So once we've nailed down those core desires, then what?
Then it's time for visualization.
Okay.
Picture yourself living that reality.
Mm-hmm.
Feel the emotions you would experience if that desire was already fulfilled.
Okay.
Engage all your senses. Sight, sound, touch, taste, smell.
Yeah.
Create a vivid mental picture.
So it's not just thinking about it, but really feeling and experiencing it in our minds.
Exactly. The more real you can make it feel, the more potent your visualization becomes.
And that's where the energy work comes in, right?
Exactly. When your energy body is activated, it infuses your visualizations with power, helping to push them towards becoming reality.
It's like giving it a turbo boost.
Exactly.
But what about those limiting beliefs we talked about earlier? The ones that can sabotage our efforts.
Well, awareness is key.
Okay.
You need to notice those negative thoughts and beliefs when they pop up.
Yeah.
But don't judge them
Got
or
it.
try to push them away.
Got it.
Just acknowledge them and then consciously choose to replace them with more empowering beliefs.
So it's like this constant process of shifting our mindset from doubt to belief.
Exactly. It's an ongoing journey. But with consistent practice, those limiting beliefs will start to lose their grip on you. And your confidence in your ability to manifest your desires will just grow stronger.
Okay, I'm already feeling more empowered just talking about this. But I'm curious, where does action fit into all of this? Can we just visualize and energize our desires, or do we have to take concrete steps toward making them a reality?
Action is essential. Absolutely.
Okay.
It's the bridge between the internal world of intention and the external world of manifestation.
Okay.
But here's the thing.
What's that?
When your actions are in sync with your energized intentions, they become inspired.
Oh, wow.
Almost effortless.
Yeah.
It's no longer about forcing or struggling.
Right.
It becomes about flowing with the universe and allowing things to unfold.
So being in the flow,
Yeah.
trusting the process, and taking action when it feels aligned.
Precisely. It's about recognizing the opportunities when they appear and having the courage to seize them.
I love that. It's not about passively waiting, but actively participating in creating our reality.
You got it.
This is really inspiring. It makes you wonder what we're truly capable of when we tap into this power.
It really is remarkable.
But from your experience, what are some common traps that people fall into when trying to manifest?
Well, impatience is a big one.
Okay.
We live in a world of instant gratification, and we often expect our desires to manifest overnight.
Right.
But manifestation is a process. It takes time.
So trusting the timing of the universe, not trying to force things to happen on our schedule.
Precisely. Another common trap is getting too attached to a specific outcome.
Oh, okay.
When we become fixated on how our desire should manifest,
Yeah.
we actually limit the possibilities.
So being open to receiving in unexpected ways, trusting that the universe might have a plan,
Yeah.
that's even better than what we could have imagined.
Exactly. It's about surrendering control and allowing the universe to work its magic.
That's beautiful. Surrendering control and trusting the magic. It reminds me of what we discussed earlier about aligning ourselves with that flow of energy and allowing things to unfold organically.
Exactly. It's recognizing that we're not separate from the universe. We're part of this vast interconnected web of energy.
Yeah.
And when we align with that energy, we become co-creators of our reality.
This has been such an insightful dive into energy and manifestation. We've covered so much ground, from the science behind it all to practical techniques and common pitfalls.
Absolutely.
What are some final thoughts on this topic for our listeners to take away from this deep dive?
Well, I hope they remember that they are powerful creators of their own reality.
Okay.
They have the ability within themselves to tap into this wellspring of energy
Yeah.
and use it to manifest their deepest desires.
Wow, that's powerful.
It's a journey,
Yeah.
of self-discovery, growth, and empowerment.
Mm-hmm.
And it all begins with a simple decision, a decision to believe in the power that's within.
I love that. A message of hope, empowerment, and unlimited potential. So as we wrap up this deep dive into the spine as an energy center, I want to encourage everyone listening to explore these concepts further.
It's definitely worth exploring.
Maybe try out Kwasi Johir's exercise for activating your energy body. See what happens.
Yeah, pay attention.
Notice any shifts in your energy levels, your intuition, or your ability to manifest your desires.
It's all about paying attention to those subtle shifts.
It really is.
And remember, there are amazing resources and communities out there to support you on this journey.
That's right. And for those of you who want to dive even deeper, we encourage you to check out www.ultimatemasters.org coaching, or reach out to us on WhatsApp at +256 771 324 119.
We've got tons of resources and programs, and a supportive community.
Yes. And don't forget to share this episode with anyone you think might resonate with these ideas.
Let's spread this knowledge and inspiration and help empower more people to tap into their own energy.
Couldn't agree more. It's been an absolute pleasure diving deep into this topic with you.
It's been my pleasure, too.
Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and insights.
You're welcome.
And to all of our amazing listeners, thank you for joining us on this energy-filled journey. We'll be back soon with another deep dive into the world of ultimate mastery.
Looking forward to it.
Until then, keep exploring, keep growing, and keep shining your light. It really is a journey.
It is.
And sometimes the hardest part is just taking that first step.
Yeah, that can be tough.
But honestly, just by listening to this deep dive, you've already started.
That's the
You're
truth.
opening yourself up to new possibilities, a new way of seeing the world and your place in it.
It's about shifting your perspective.
Yeah, exactly. I love that analogy of planting seeds.
Oh, thanks.
Perfect. So for our listeners who are feeling inspired and ready to cultivate their own energy mastery, what's like one practical thing they can start doing today?
I'd say start with awareness.
Okay.
Pay attention to your body, your breath, your thoughts.
Okay.
Notice where you feel tension,
Right.
where your energy feels blocked.
Yeah.
And then experiment with simple techniques to get that energy flowing again.
Okay. Like what?
Deep breathing, visualization,
Mm-hmm.
even spending time in nature. Find what works for you.
It's all about tuning in
Yeah.
and becoming more conscious of our own energy, right?
Exactly, like learning a new language.
Oh, interesting.
The language of energy.
Yeah.
The more you practice,
Yeah.
the more fluent you become. And as you become more fluent, you can start to consciously direct that energy towards your goals.
Yeah. So we're like conductors of our own energy orchestra.
Haha, I love that. You're the conductor, and your energy is the instrument.
Wow, that's powerful.
When you learn to harmonize those energies, you can create a symphony of manifestation in your life.
Okay, now I'm getting chills. This is really powerful stuff.
It is.
But before we get too carried away, I do want to remind everyone that this is just the beginning.
That's right.
We've only scratched the surface here.
There's always more to explore,
There really is.
and that's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
It's a journey of discovery. Every day brings new opportunities to learn and grow.
And to tap into our full potential.
Exactly.
And remember, you don't have to do this alone.
That's so important.
There are amazing resources out there
Mm-hmm.
and communities to support you.
Absolutely.
For those who want to go deeper, you can check out www.ultimatemasters.org coaching or reach out to us on WhatsApp at +256 771 324 111. We have tons of resources, programs, and a supportive community.
Yeah, come join us.
And speaking of support, don't forget to share this episode with your friends, family, anyone you think might resonate with these ideas.
Spread the knowledge.
Let's help empower more people to tap into their own energy and create the lives they truly desire.
What a beautiful vision.
It really is inspiring
It is.
to see so many people embracing these ideas and creating positive change.
It's amazing.
It's been a pleasure diving deep into this topic with you today.
The pleasure was all mine, truly.
Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and insights.
You're very welcome.
And to all of our amazing listeners, thank you for joining us on this energy-filled journey. We'll be back soon with another deep dive into the world of ultimate mastery. Until then, keep exploring, keep growing, and keep shining your light.